Hello and welcome to Watercolor Wednesday. Let me see if our friends over on Instagram are joining us. Alright, looks like we are about to get started here, friends. I am super stoked. Here we go. We are live, and just a little about what's going on. My name is Gabriel Stockton, and normally I do this on YouTube and Facebook, and StreamYard now has it available that we can do Watercolor Wednesday here. Also on Instagram. So some of you that are normally watching me over here in YouTube, I'm in both places at once. Thanks to StreamYard. Today we're gonna do some super cool work, but just a little bit of housekeeping. We have the upcoming workshop that's coming up with Cheap Joe's. We're going to be doing some boats in the harbor. I have examples of that. We're going to be doing something like this over here in the top right hand corner. Wow, that's really small. You can't really see it. But over here in the top right hand corner, we're going to be doing some boats. That's an example of one of the paintings, and possibly one like this. Today's painting image is this over here at the top right. We've got over here, and you'll be able to see that a little bit better when I show you my page, my painting area. But yeah, if you want to join us, it is going to be coming up in February. So February 4th is the deadline. You got to get it signed up before then. It is actually filling up, which I'm super stoked. It's a 3-day Zoom, so you can do it in the comfort of your own home, which is pretty cool. So we're going to be doing some harbor scenes, and you get 1 day off. So it goes on the 12th and the 13th. Take a day off, and the 15th they will be recorded, and we're gonna have a super good time. I want to thank my friends over at Escoda for sending me some brushes, and I got some goodies to show you that our good friends over at Cheap Joe's has sent me. I just got them in the mail, so I'm gonna show those. Let's do that now. We're gonna add to the stage our camera, and so we should see. Bum, bum, bum. I hope everyone's seeing this over on. Let me just check, make sure we are live on Instagram, and we are. Very nice. Okay, so without any further ado, let me turn on this cam, and it wants to know what camera I'm using. Bum, bum, bum. There we are. And let me go ahead and get rid of all this other goodness. And so I can see your comments. So we already got some comments here. We got Tim. And let me know where you're from, Tim. Tim's saying hello. Hey, Gabriel, watching from New Zealand. Coach Meyer over on YouTube, and he's watching from his studio. And cold Milwaukee. All right, let's see what's going on. Tutorial, but we want to show the camera. And boom, boom, boom. 1 second. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thank you so much for your patience. And we should have a camera coming up. If you can hear my voice, give me a thumbs up. And we're gonna try this other top cam. Hey, how's it going? So here, Watercolor Wednesday. We are having just a little interesting issue with the top cam here. So thank you for your patience. It's good to see you. I hope you're all well. And hey, Chuck Davis. Good to see you. We got Tim, thumbs up. He can hear me. Can you see me on this camera? And let's switch to the other camera, our top cam. Bum, bum, bum. Thank you so much for your patience. And here we go. All right. Very good. All right. So we've got this fun scene right here. But before I get to it, I want to thank my sponsors of Cheap Joe's. They've been a long time sponsor, and I got some cool goodies, and we're gonna be featuring some of this stuff here coming up in the future. Now, they sent me some of things I normally use that you've seen on this channel. And first off, I have to have kneaded erasers. Like, I love these. They're great to have. Generals, this one is a goodie, and I'm already breaking it in. I used it last night for teaching in my watercolor class. And so they have these available, so grab them. And just got this new brush holder here, or pencil holder. The nice thing is it has this zipper, and it has this thing here that it's pretty nice to be able to grab a hold of and unzip. And right now it's empty. I literally just got this in the mail to thanks to Cheap Joe's. I definitely need one of those. I typically use this here, but it's pretty hammered, and my brush is here. All right. So Kilimanjaro is a paper. If you're not familiar with Kilimanjaro, it is made in Italy. This is the Cheap Joe's brand. If you look right here in the corner, that's the upcoming workshop with Cheap Joe's. And look, we've got some nice cold press watercolor paper, and I like this. I'm really looking forward to using this wonderful. Let me switch back over to the comments. I can see everybody. All right, yeah, so you guys can hear me and see me. Thank you so much. So yeah, we got two of those. I'm super stoked to fill these up. Those that you know about what I do, I like to do plein air, and I go on trips, and this will be nice and handy to go in the backpack. All right, the next thing up is tonal watercolor paper. What do I mean? Well, here's your typical watercolor paper, right? And typical watercolor paper. This is a Kilimanjaro. Here's a recent demo I did for my advanced student last night over at Art on 30th. So that's one other thing. If you're not familiar with Art on 30th, that's where I teach Intro to Watercolor. So there's two opportunities for you, and you're here with me now with Watercolor Wednesday. So tonal paper. They got two of them. I'm really stoked to try these out. So this is like a tannish color, and this is like a grayish color, and you can work with them with watercolor and or gouache. Throw in the comments if you've used tonal paper. A lot of people are used to doing tonal paper for like pastels, pastel chalks, and also ba ba ba, like well, black and white studies are nice to do with tonal quality, but also a minimal palette. So this brand is by Han Mueller. They got the little cool chicken logo or a rooster. They've been around since supposedly 1584, and they are a German-made paper. I like it. I like this paper. You know, I've also heard that you can run this through your printer at home if you want to print some nice G-clays. Nico says only use tonal paper with charcoal. You know, it's so true. And Tim, yes, with gouache. Again, yes, I think tonal paper is really good with gouache. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked to give these two a try. And let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me paint on these for a Watercolor Wednesday. And yeah, let me know. I'd be down. Typically, you can get one of these Kilimanjaros. Now, this did not just come in the mail, obviously, because it's already hammered, but you can get these blocks. Now, some of you might not know a lot about watercolor, and sorry for those of you that are pros. So, a watercolor block, it has glue right here along all four edges. Now, if you're buying online and it says a watercolor pad, that means only one side, okay? If you get one of these watercolor pads, you don't have to tape down the edges. But when you do want to take it out, there's this little spot right here. You get, remember those, a letter opener? You take that, you don't really want to use your fingernail. You will get the worst paper cut. Anyhow, that's another sketchbook. I love sketchbooks. I love working with all kinds of good stuff. I think this medium watercolor, you know, you can really go bonkers and have a good time. They also have one that you can sketch and do a painting. Let's see what else we have in here. There's some good stuff in here, actually. And bum, bum, bum. Here's a good one. Why not? Wasn't planning on sharing this, but here's a plein air study. I got a nice little sketch, and oh, there is the painting. So this boat was getting lifted up out of the water, and so if you get your sketch going on, look how easy it is to transfer that. Pretty nice, right? For sure. Hey, let me know in the comments. Is there something that you would like to see me paint in 2024? I am going to put the reference photo in here if you want to join me. Hey, Susan Hunter. Good to see you. Susan, we are also over on Instagram. Whichever works best for you. So, if you haven't been to my website, it's gabrielstocktonfineart.com, and on there, you will know what's up and coming with workshops and whatnot. And you can sign up to get a newsletter. I don't give your information to a bunch of weirdos. we just have some really good times seeing out some information on what's going on. So right here is my subject to paint today. And, sometimes we're going to talk about this. I'm going to put the comments back on. Sometimes these photos can be just horrible. For instance, look at this. So this photo just, I was there at the wrong time. I should have got there maybe a little bit sooner, but I really didn't plan on looking for this subject to paint. But see, this is that golden hour, and I think ideal time is that the sun maybe would have been here and it had been higher. So the sun's already going down lower, so we're only getting a glimpse of this part here. So instead of painting this thing horizontal, sorry, I painted it vertical last night for my student. And it really isn't about the building at all, is it? It's about this dude walking past that fountain. And so, when we're taking these photos, you don't always have to paint right from the photo, because I can do that, but look how dark that is. But maybe if I come in here and look a little bit of that, that's how I come up with this. Now, this right in here is just like way too dark, right? And I could bump it up, okay? And obviously, we can't see any of these people. So why would I paint a painting from a copy of a photo when look, this looks so much more nice and vibrant? Okay. All right. Moving on. We are gonna get out my paint palette here, and it's dirty and ugly. I do not clean my palette often because I usually use some colors that I've mixed before. So I'm gonna use some Escoda brushes, okay, and I'm going to also, I got some beat up old brushes, and so these are the brushes I'm gonna use. I like these Viva towels. These are Viva Select. They are the bomb.com.org. And I just hold those bad boys like that. Well, let's get on with the show. Just gonna pour myself some nice clean water. And along the way, if you have any questions, some of you know I'm a Daniel Smith brand ambassador. We're going to be doing a live tomorrow with Daniel Smith, and you can join us over there. And yeah, let me just grab this over here, and on we go. And we are doing this Watercolor Wednesday. And comments are back, and nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. And several of you are on here from both platforms. Thank you so much. Well, let's get to painting. First thing I want to do is look at the sky. If you're painting along, there is my reference photo. But I'm going to show you, I'm not going to paint what I see in that reference photo. I might grab some lavender, and what I'm going to do is kind of just hit right up in here like so. And I'm going to grab now some of this blue. Okay. Now, just with some nice water, I'm going to bring this down like so. And yeah, now we get some nice little clouds going in here. Okay. Picking up some more pigment. Leaving some whites for some clouds. And some of you are learning how to paint a sky really good. You've been painting along with me, and you've learned how to do a really nice fade, a really nice gradual change. But now it's time to change that atmosphere, okay? And what I'm looking for, though, is that my sky doesn't have any, like, diamond shapes. And just for giggles, I'm going to grab this little orangey color. And I'm going to drop it right back there. Okay. The coloring is off just a little bit, but I think we'll be back when the lighting from outside changes just here shortly. So just bear with that lighting. Now, I didn't want to get rid of this green. This is a little bit of green apatite. And I'm going to get, just got some, thank you, Daniel Smith, some Sleeping Beauty turquoise. So I'll fill up my palette over here. And I'm going to add some of that Sleeping Beauty turquoise to this green apatite. Okay. See that? And then it just needs to go a little bit lighter. If you're wondering, I'm painting on Kilimanjaro. This is Kilimanjaro paper by Cheap Joe's, and it's a 140. And the other wonderful thing is it is an 8x10. So if you were just wondering, I'm just going to add just some water right here, coming on down like this. So this is a road coming down, and then we've got another road coming here. So to create this nice perspective, we've got this thick plot of land or short distance turning and twisting and getting larger and coming here. You see that? Now, one of my favorite colors I'm going to add to here is Quin Gold Deep. And I'm going to just drop a little bit of that along this edge. Okay. And right in here. Like so. Maybe even kick this up like this. Kick it back like that. For the longest time, I just was not painting barn scenes until just 2023. Prior to that, I was painting a lot of boats. And then I just recently been going out to the East Coast to teach, and they want to paint barns. And so I was like, hey, why not? Let's do this. I'm going to take some of this wonderful Quin Gold Deep, and I'm going to add some goethite. And you all know, if you're familiar with me and my work, I like Moonglow. It's a great color by Daniel Smith. And I gotta grab some of that right in here. And I'm gonna drop it in right there. That was a big chunk on my brush. That happens. Are you familiar with fluid paper? If so, is it any good? Um, Coach Meyer is asking me if I am familiar with fluid paper. I am, and just like any other paper, most papers make a student brand and a professional brand. So it just depends on if you're talking about the professional one or are you talking about the actual. I've decided to make this a dirt road instead of your typical road, like paved. That's just me, okay? And I hope to show you today you don't have to stick to that photo. Now I've got some nice brushes with some nice tips, but I'm also hard on brushes and I'm going to use this brush. It's a Perla that's probably a good, I don't know, 5 years old. And I'm gonna get one of my favorite colors, and that is doo 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 Tiger's Eye. And we've got a tree back here, and the chroma is really broken down. Chroma is a really fancy word for color. All right, and I'm gonna put a little bit of a shade on that side there. Do you see how I'm working forward in my painting? There is this nice pole here. While I've got that tiger's eye, I'm going to grab some burnt tiger's eye. So tiger's eye with Daniel Smith is a green, and burnt tiger's eye is more of like a brown. Bum, bum, bum. Sally! Hey, hello! Sally is watching from Brookshire County in Massachusetts. How do you prevent 140 paper from warping? It seems to have ripples even when it's taped down. Now, it's true when you're doing watercolor painting, uh, your paper tends to buckle. The way I prevent it is by painting from top to bottom. Okay. And what I like about that process is it keeps the warpage down. Okay. And another good way is to paint the whole thing coming all the way down. For instance, so this barn in the photo is gray, but I want to introduce you to a color that I like, and I hope that answered your question. So you might want to make sure you paint everything all in one go. Like oil painters call it an underpainting. They do the whole entire thing, right? And with that said, let's paint. Do do do. Pyro orange is right here on my palette. And so there's pyro orange and then there's transparent pyro orange. And it looks like that. Okay, but that doesn't look like a barn. So I'm going to add some red and then it's going to look like that. That's pyro red. But what if I add some of this burnt sienna and now a little bit of blue? I think this will be a lovely barn color. Dun, dun, dun. And let's go ahead and paint that all the way in. I'm going to add some more water here. I really want it to pop. Okay. So I'm going to paint this whole thing in. There's a door there. I'm going to go ahead and paint right here. Going to come down like this. This barn is out in Maryland. If some of you are wondering, it's in Maryland or Pennsylvania. I could be wrong. All right, so right now it's all one color, right? And you'll see me do this. I'll leave these little things, and these, especially with the barns, this is definitely not a paint by numbers painting. Okay. And Coach, he got back to us. Coach Meyer, he said, professional. Yeah, and if it says it's professional, Coach Meyer, then if it is professional, it should also say it's 100% cotton. Does it say it's 100% cotton? It should, if it's the 100% cotton professional one, it should have like a dude's face on it. See how I'm mixing this? I do not mix this completely thorough. I leave all kinds of good, fun mixtures in there. We're going to cool off this side of our barn. Like this. Just like so. Nice. Now, my iPad died, so it's up to me to just go ahead and freestyle this bad boy. Good times. So, I mean, I could still kind of see our subject matter photo. There might be something here, so I'm not gonna fully block that out. This is the shadow from the building, our barn. It is a little bit darker. It is true. But you know what? Watercolor dries a lot lighter. $15 to 20% lighter, friends. All right. Look at that. That's lovely. Well, I can go ahead and do this little scratch right here with my fingernail. And let's go ahead and put this other telephone pole. This other telephone pole is slightly grayish blue. That's why I'm putting it in my mixture here. We'll put a little bit of nice little... this is Burnt Hematite Scarlet by Daniel Smith. I really like that color. They played well. And look, I'm actually going to paint this backhanded like that. Okay. We've got that deal here. There's these little guys. And I'm going to take, I have a little bit of white gouache right here. And I'm going to just do a little boop like that up there. And then I'm going to take some of this lavender and put it right there. I want that to be nice and airy. I don't want it saying, hey, look at me. Um, these wires we're going to do shortly. I need them to be nice and crispy and done once. And I always feel confident with those when I do them towards the end. I do need to do this nice little background here. And since I've got this nice color here, this is how I roll, yo. I will grab this nice green in here. And look at this. I will paint this going like here. I'm going to leave some whites. I'm leaving whites on the top part of our fence. And I'm painting the watercolor right below. Okay. We'll come back and do that fence. Let's go ahead and do this grass right here. Okay. Well, I'm going to take this lovely brown stuff here. There's our friend with his happy companion. There's our road coming this way. Like that. And how are we doing on time? Oh man, we are ahead of the clock, which is nice. And put in the comments what you're working on. I'm curious to also hear what you're working on. Bum, bum, bum. Meanwhile, I'm gonna grab some of this. This is Moon Glow, and this needs a shadow. So this shadow is gonna come here, like that. And this side is going to be bigger of a shadow. I like this combination. It's quite tasty. Sometimes I think good images also look like a good plate of food that comes to you if you go to a good restaurant. And look at that. Isn't that lovely? And let's go ahead and get this darker under here. Okay. We've got a nice little edge. So this, I don't have to grab my small liner or rigger brush. Hey, there's 12 of you here. And I'm counting in the comments. So who's watching without saying hello? Make sure you say hello. There we go. We will come back and do some other fun stuff there. Let's get this roof on here on this side. So there are those, if you just joined me, this is Watercolor Wednesday. I just saw the numbers go down, so that means some people got shy and left. Too funny. This is a painting, so make sure you treat it like a painting and not like a Xerox copy. Okay? And let me know in the comments if you're painting along. I'm curious. So this brickwork here, this keeps the termites off of the wood. And maybe some of you already know this, but a little fun facts didn't hurt. All right. Hey, dun dun dun, pastel commission of a rescued puppy. Doc is working on a pastel commission. That's wonderful. How long you been doing pastel And is it on white paper or is it toned paper? I'm grabbing some of this Lauren McCracken black, and I'm gonna get in here, and I'm gonna bring down some of this black in here. Now on the other side, there's wood going down, so I'm gonna paint this coming down like this. Now I gotta slow down around my dude or person. It is hard to talk and paint sometimes. So, about 2 weeks on brown paste matte. Oh, brown pastel matte. Oh, cool. Very nice. I haven't done pastels since college, so I'm slacking. There we go. It's a nice little inside of our. Well, since we're showing off some pyro orange, this really warmed up, didn't it? So I'm gonna grab this big perla. I would tell you the numbers, but it's worn off. I want to say it's a 16. Okay. I'm gonna grab some orange pyro and put it into that moon glow mix. And we're gonna now drop it right here. And do you notice the strokes are going upward? Now I didn't cover up all that wonderful texture. And as it's going to come down, it's going to drop in there. But look at those nice little struts or whatever they're called. I'm going to drop some of that orange in here. And, alright. Let's get that fence in. We don't want our cattle running out on us, do we? And, this is a Escoda Perla number 8. And see, I already got the brown there, so I need a little thicker though. And we're gonna go here and here. And let's go. Let's go to town. So I left the whites already. I won't have to repaint those whites in. It almost reminds me of old school country watercolor paintings I saw when I was a kid. It's weird how those things influence us. There we go. And if you would have told me when I was a kid I'm gonna make a living as an artist, I would have probably said, I wish. Let's put some shadows down here. These shadows are directional lines that need to happen in a painting to point to the star of the show. They're overlapping lines too. Okay. And I said I was gonna do something with that guy in it, huh? And I always put the head first because I've painted the bodies, and then the head's way too big, so I'm gonna do the head first, leaving some white around there. Maybe add a little more red to that. There we go, like that. And oh, let's give him a green shirt. I'm really enjoying this green. It is a cobalt green turquoise. Uh, Another friend of mine that paints with a different brand, he suggested I put it in my palette for a year and see what I think. And sometimes it's good to listen to some other people that have been painting a little bit longer than you and try it out. So I put some color down and now I'm putting in some water. I'm gonna make this nice and light green shirt. Most of the people I know on farms wear blue jeans. And we got one leg in front of the other leg here. And then we got some hips and another leg and a foot back there. Okay. There's a shadow. Got to keep our shadows going the same direction, right? There's a dog. I haven't painted the dog yet, but there's a nice shadow for the two. See how that nice light green is working? We've got this pointing at our guy, this pointing at our guy. Another way we can get a viewer to move into a painting, okay? So we're talking about composition now. And one way we can get a viewer to move their eye into the painting is I can go right here, I'm going to go to this little patch of green. I'm going to go from thin to thick. See that? I now have another thing pointing to the star of the show. Okay? You might have seen this where there is a thing and something is pointing here, something is pointing here, and so forth. Okay? That's what we're doing. Okay? We're bringing everybody. So if somebody were to walk by my studio and they're looking for a barn painting, they're going to first see the barn. And then the next thing you're going to do is want to look into the barn, but instead of looking into the barn, they're going to see someone's coming out of the barn. Okay? Let me know if you guys are enjoying this. Give me a thumbs up or whatever. If you think this is boring, you already fell asleep, let me know. Um, I know I'm enjoying the barn series, and there's got to be some other different subjects coming up real soon. Some of you've made some requests. He's carrying a bucket. Susan says yes. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. Chuck Davis, do you ever use Shadow Violet? Oh yeah, rather than Moonglow. Yes, I do, because Shadow Violet is like the little sister to the big brother. And that's just the way I put it. And I'm looking for a Daniel Smith paint chart. But here we are. So check it out. So this, you can get these at your local Blick store. And if we pull out this, here we have Moonglow. Right there. Next is Shadow Violet. Okay? Personally, I feel like one is warmer than the other. If we look at the nerdy part of it, I have to bring it closer so you can see the nerdy part. Dun, dun, dun. You guys want to nerd out? So, if we look, see these colors down here? It says PG-18. No, that's not a movie rating. This is pigment green 18. Then we have PB 29. That's pigment blue 29. And then we have PR 177. That's pigment red. If we look over at shadow violet, we have PO 73. That's pigment orange. Okay. And then we have PB blue, right? And PG green. So one has red in it and one has orange in it. Okay? They both have green and they both have blue. So we just saw a minute ago when we put orange here, right? How orange was not. Here's orange. Okay? And here's red. They are different. Shadow violet has the orange and Moonglow has the red. Okay? So they are definitely different colors for different. I have a painting I did, Chuck, that has. Uh, oh my goodness. It has just those two colors. So it's kind of like a monochromatic kind of deal going on there. Let's put a little divider thing down this road. That way people stay on one side or the other. So they got that. There's supposed to be a bush behind this. And I like it. Let's put it in there. And how we doing on time? Man, we got 8 minutes. Holy crap. Well, hope you're enjoying this content. Let's get this tree in behind here. Why? Because it's going to push this forward. That's back there, and this is here. This is got some warmness to it. And it's green-ish. So it's definitely going, it's organic, and this is man-made. All right. We haven't done any details in this barn yet, but we're getting there. So I'm going to mix a little bit of green and blue together. Add a little cool red. A little bit more cool red. And I'm kind of creating kind of like a mossy kind of green. And there's a door right here. And I also make this with Sleeping Beauty. And there's a door there. There's a smaller door here. And then we've got these lovely things here. And I need to make that a little bit distressed. Now let's do that again here. And here. And then there's these lovely marks. So I just put this down and I'm thinking pattern. And now I've got a pattern. Now I need a variation by getting some little scratching going in there. And this goes a little bit darker. That green is a nice dark I could put right here. And oh, and here. There, we got some nice definition. You know, I could take a little bit of that green and let's put a little shadow off of our guy here. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks. Just that little bit. Just that little bit works. All right, moving along. Their sky is looking good for our wires. All 13 of you, I'm glad you're here. See this mix right here? My friend Michael Holter keep bumping into him. Great guy. Congratulations on getting into the. Oh, he got into a show. Oh, I can't talk about it yet. Dang it. Next week, come with me next week. I will be able to get to reveal. Um, Michael Holter and I got into a show, and I'm sure he already sent off his painting. I turned mine in yesterday, and I will definitely share it tomorrow. All right, 5 minutes. Here we go. We've got some wires. I like wires that break up as they diminish outward. Hey, Susan, thank you so much. I enjoy doing these paintings with all of you. I appreciate you coming out. Look at this nice little thing here. Not too many darks, but it just needs a little something here and there. Bring that down. There we go. And then we got these wires coming back. This one's going to come forward. This one's going to go back. This one's going to come down. This one's going to go here. Okay? And yes, you're seeing a little bit of pencil mark still. And I like that. This is up here in the front. I can just get some of this texture going here. This is called calligraphy. And excuse me. Holy mackerel. We got our little dog. Let's put our little dog in there. I like English Bull Terriers. They usually show up in my paintings. And especially the brindle ones. And here we go. He's kind of looking up. And he's got his cute little leg here. Another leg there. His cute little body. And his fun little waggy tail. You see that? And dogs are always moving around. They're not standing still. We've got some of this little stuff. Now this is where this is where you get to put in all these other goodnesses. All this other tasty stuff. There we go. And this gets nice and dark right there. This gets dark over here. And I kind of want to open this door. This little hatch of a door. I think it will pull us in just a little bit more. There's some of this goodness here. And I like to paint all the way to the edge of my painting. And that lightened up on me just a touch. Less than I wanted. And boop. And down. Yes. This is the part where I like to pull back the tape. Before I do, check this little thing out up on here. This is a nice little bush thing up in here. And there's a tree thing back in here. So I'm not going to take my brand new Perla. I'm going to take my beat up one. And some of that tiger's eye. And first I'm going to go here. And there's this sparse tree here. Yeah. Nice. Let's pull back the tape. Let's see how we're doing. We're at the top of the hour. And yeah, while I'm pulling back the tape again, we've got some awesome workshop time together. If you want to join me, if you thought this was helpful, you're gonna get a lot more instruction if you come join me for this workshop with Cheap Joe's. What I love about Cheap Joe's is it's recorded and it's not all day. We're not all sitting there at our computers all day. I'm gonna demo, and if you wanna sign up for that, you just go to their website and you will just fill out the information and whatnot. And let's take a closer look at this painting. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. Yeah, it's a fun little piece. Really enjoying this. This is not too much. It's just enough information. This is full on abstraction. Okay. I'm also playing off your memory. Looks amazing, says Chuck Davis. You're welcome, Chuck. And there you go. We took a really bad photo. Let's see if I can pull it up. We took a really bad photo and we made a nice painting. These are, do you know what those are called? Those lines? Put it in the comment. I'm curious. Red barn, gray barn. Which do you like? I personally like the red barn. And I like the dirt road better. This road here, just purple concrete. It's kind of boring. Chuck Davis, he's the winner. It is the rule of thirds, also aka the tic-tac-toe board. Well, hey, thank you so much. If you missed the beginning of this, you're gonna want to watch the beginning because we looked at all the cool unboxing stuff of all the stuff that came from Cheap Joe's in the mail. Well, thank you so much. Let's see if we could do this. Since we're on StreamYard, check this out. We might be able to do this. Hey, I think we're gonna do it. And hey, there we are. Thank you so much for joining me for another Watercolor Wednesday. And have a wonderful week. Keep those brushes wet. And let's look at the painting one more time instead of ending with my mug. I appreciate you guys. I really adore you coming and asking all these great questions. And just know that you could be able to make these wonderful paintings. Just as amazing and wonderful. You just got to get in those brush piles. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Doc Day. Couldn't find prints on your website. If you want to just email me, Doc, I'll be happy to walk you through that. Alrighty? What Doc is talking about is last week I showed some prints that are available. I would show them again now, but they are all at the studio. And some of them are already gone. So, if you want to watch last week's video on my YouTube channel, you can see all the different prints that are currently going for as little as $20. And yeah. All right, that's sweet. All right, Doc. I look forward to getting an email from you, and I'll walk you through it. Have a wonderful day, guys. Take care. See you. Bye bye.